everyone, my name is Prislan Kansa and welcome to my channel Priscano Chem. So today's practical, I'm going to show you how to prepare a solution from a solute. That's the title of today's practical, Preparation of Solutions from Solute. It is on the board, Preparation of Solutions from Solute. Yes, so let me read out the question or problem of the day. Prepare 0.1 molar of 250 ml solution of sodium chloride salt. Prepare 0.1 molar of 250 ml solution of sodium chloride salt. To achieve this, do the appropriate calculations and weigh out the mass you require for the preparation. That's the question. The question says that we are to prepare a 0.1 molar of 250 ml solution of sodium chloride. So the solute I'm going to use for the preparation of solution is sodium chloride. Now somebody who doesn't have any knowledge in chemistry will ask, what is sodium chloride? Sodium chloride is the common salt we use to cook. Yes, and you can find salt in almost every home. Yes, we use it for cooking. And in the Ghanaian home, some of the examples of salt we use for cooking is U2, hydrated salt, Annapurna salt, and the ones from Adan, which is the bigger one. They are all types of salt that we use for cooking. So the chemistry name or the chemical name for the salt we use for cooking is sodium chloride. In Fanti, we call it inchin, and in Twi we call it enchini. So I'm going to prepare enchini soup or enchini soup. That is salt water, but I'm going to prepare it in the chemistry way. Now let me take you through the materials and the chemicals I will need for today's preparation of solution. I have here my wash bottle which contains distilled water. I have here my funnel. I have a beaker here which contains some amount of sodium chloride salt. I have my stirring rod here and my 250 ml volumetric flask, and this is the container that contains the sodium chloride. Now I have to know the amount of sodium chloride I will need for the preparation, so I have to calculate for the mass, and it is on the board. The formula is here, equation 4. This small m represents mass of the sodium chloride. That is what we are going to find out. This C here is the concentration which was stated in the question as 0.1 molar. I have here this capital M is my molar mass. I have to calculate for it. And the volume V, which is the 250 ml, as also stated in the question. So now I have done the calculation for the molar mass, which is here. The relative atomic mass for sodium is 23 and that of chlorine is 35.5. So when you add the two, you get 58.5. So that's what I've done on the board. 58.5, sorry. So now we know of our C, which is 0.1 molar. Our M is the 58.5 and our V, which is 250 ml. But you have to change the 250 ml to dm cube because the unit for concentration is mole per dm cube and that of the volume is mil. So you have to divide by 1000. Changing from mil to dm cube, you divide by 1000 so that it will convert the 250 ml to 0.25 dm cube. And that's what I've done here. I've converted it. That's what I've done here. So the dm cube here will cancel the dm cube over here. It will cancel out. So when you do substitution, we are getting 1.4625 grams of the mass, which means that I'm going to weigh 1.4625 grams of the sodium chloride. Yes, and I've already done that, which is in my small beaker here. So what is in the beaker is my 1.46 grams of the sodium chloride that I weighed with a balance. It's already here. I've already weighed it. So I'm going to prepare my solution. Now you have to dissolve some small amount of water with the sodium chloride. So you pour it, you press the middle part of the wash bottle. So you pour it gently into the beaker as I'm doing here, just a little bit. Then you stir. You have to stir for the salt to dissolve. Yes, you have to stir. You stir for the salt to dissolve. Yes, yes. That's what I'm doing now. Yes. You add a little bit water. Then you keep stirring. You keep stirring. Yes. So all the salt has dissolved. You see. Now I have my solution. You can no longer see the sodium chloride in the beaker. It has dissolved completely. So I'm going to transfer it into my 250 ml volumetric flask with the help of a funnel. So I'm going to transfer it nicely into my volumetric flask. You have to rinse the beaker several times, then you pour it back into the volumetric flask. You have to be very careful because the stirring rod is made of glass. So I rinse it, pour it back into the volumetric flask. You rinse it about 2 or 3 times, it's okay. You rinse it again, then you pour it back. Yes. So now that I've done it, I'm going to pour enough water so that it gets to the meniscus. Yes. Now take the funnel off. It's not up to the meniscus, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake the solution so that it will mix well. There will be uniform mixture. That's what I'm doing right now, shaking it. Yes. Then I'll take the cover off and continue to add my water so that it gets to the meniscus. You close the wash bottle. Then you pour it gently into the volumetric flask till it gets to the meniscus. As you are pouring, you have to check so that it doesn't exceed the meniscus. If it exceeds, you have to pour everything away and start all over again. And I know you wouldn't want that, so you have to take your time. Yes. Then you bend to check. Yes, it's on the meniscus. So I'm done with my preparation, but you have to label the preparation. You have to label it. I've already done that. I've already labeled it. So I'm going to pour water, some small amount of water on the paper so that it will stick on the volumetric flask. So label it nicely. So I have here my 0.1 molar sodium chloride solution. I've prepared my solution. So in Fanti, we will say that this is Inchininsu. Yes, Inchininsu at home. You don't need to weigh the salt. You just take your tablespoon or your teaspoon. You first small amount of the salt, put it in the bowl and add water. And you get your Inchininsu. But in the chemistry lab, you don't do it like that. You have to tell us the specific amount of sodium chloride you use and the volume of water you use. Yes, that's how we prepare it in the chemistry lab. So what I've prepared here is my sodium chloride solution. In Chi, we say that Inchininsu, or in Fanti, Inchininsu. So that's what I've prepared here very nicely. I've labeled it nicely. So this is how we prepare a solution from a solute. So if you see any question that talks about a different solute apart from sodium chloride, you can have sodium hydroxide, calcium chloride, ammonium chloride. They are all solutes. So if the question gives you a different solute and it's not sodium chloride, you have to use this same knowledge that I've told you, the same procedure, and you prepare it. First, you have to calculate for the mass using the formula on the board. So mass is equal to concentration times the molar mass of the solute and the volume that is stated in the question. You get your mass and you follow the procedure and you come out with a nice solution as this one. So guys, I've come to the end of today's activity. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please go to my channel and subscribe, like and share with your friends, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.